Hi, you are now watching the OTOP series on every Monday morning. And pay attention, there is no other media group like Instagram, Telegram, WhatsApp or WeChat that we share this market opinion. This valuable market opinion is only shared on every Monday morning in OTOP, only right here in YouTube. And this market opinion is going to help you do a wonderful stock pick after you do your homework. Stay tuned and I shall be right back. Welcome back to the OTOP series, and this is the One Target, One Purpose on every Monday morning, 9 a.m. Singapore time or Hong Kong time. And today we are broadcasting for the episode 102 in the OTOP series, and that's for the week 18, right? 18 July year 2022. All right, and 10 minutes is all the time you need to spend with us, and watch on while we're going to give you a revision on last week as well as moving forward to this week. OTOP 102 is right here waiting. And first of all, like us, all right, like us, and don't forget to share this video to the people around you who has got interest in investing and looking at every Monday morning the market opinions that is going to share by us. All right, let's have a quick revision on what happened last week. All right, last week the US inflation has gone to a new high again, or a new high in a 40-year record since 1981. All right, and the inflation in US economy was 9.1% against 9.1%, and that is very heated. All right, and the US dollar index almost reached, in fact, it reached 109. All right, it reached 109, crossed the level and came down. All right, closed slightly lower, and well, number one, we are looking at the FOMC meeting on the 26th and 27th end of this month. All right, and most likely we're going to see another rate hike coming. So US dollar index may actually reach 110. So be very careful on that. All right, and because of the strong dollar, gold prices and oil prices has been lying low. All right, so this is very interesting for 102. What are we looking at? And we're going to start now. Okay, looking at last Friday, the Dow Jones made a recovery of 658 points. All right, and the S&P recovered 72 points. Nasdaq gained 201 points, closing at 11,452. And that's pretty good. And the reason why the markets were recovering, actually, number one, we have a technical recovery from buyers doing bargain hunting. All right, and secondly, that's because the fund has been moving out temporarily from commodities and going back into a recovery in the stock prices. Okay, so let's take a look at the WTI crude prices. Closing price was $97.57 US. All right, in the US market, and spot gold prices settled on the weekend at $1,706 US dollars per ounce. All right, so that's the very quick run through on the revision. And what we are looking at this week is probably a continual recovery in Dow Jones and Nasdaq. Well, we're going to show you. Okay, now come to the charting pattern. All right, this is what we talked about in last week, OTOP 101. Okay, the symbol of FNGU, or we call it FANG, 3 times leverage ETN. Okay, if you take a look at this, all right, last week our recommendation was about $8. If you watch back our video, okay, market was slightly lower during the midweek, but on Friday closing, there was a recovery back to $8.06. All right, if you have been holding on this counter, all right, the pattern is still looking at a bullish recovery, so we would propose that hold on to it. All right, the pattern is still a hold, and we are still doing that. Okay, and the top side recovery, we are still looking easily at 12 or even $16. All right, so hopefully we can see a recovery this week, at least before the next FOMC, and there should be some profit room in this FNGU for you. All right, for this week 10210 102 OTOP, let's take a look at Nasdaq again. All right, we are not deviating away from Nasdaq because Nasdaq is still our favorite. If we look at this, all right, last week, yes, at here there was a small trough and market still recovers, and the momentum is still very bullish. Okay, very bullish on the day chart, and we are not giving up. So that's the reason why we are talking about holding on to FNGU earlier. And looking at the 4-hour chart, all right, the recovery had just started, and this week there could be a move up, all right, in the Nasdaq index. Okay, pretty good. Looking at a triple top or even higher, which is 11,700 or 800. So there's no reason to move away from Nasdaq this week. So we are still looking at Nasdaq. So among Nasdaq, all the component stocks, which is the FANG. Last week we talked about the FANG 3 times leverage is actually buying 10 stocks together in one bundle. But today we are going to look at just one good Nasdaq component. All right, and definitely if you have been following our OTOP, we have talked about this stock counter a couple of times, not just 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 times. Again, today we are talking about this again, but every time when we were talking about this Nasdaq component stock, in fact, the prices went up. Okay, then after that it came down again, but we have caught it right every time on the short-term move up, and that's Netflix. All right, Netflix. Okay, same thing. Well, of course, we are not looking at very long term, like 1 year or 2 years. Okay, and on the back end, of course, we are still optimistic. But in this round, we are just looking at a short term holding, maybe like 1 or 2 weeks. Okay, and what's going to happen to Netflix? There's a big chance of recovery because this stock counter has been moving down in the region of $170 for a long time. And on Friday closing, the price was $189 per share. If you look at this day chart, the momentum is very strong, holding at the bottom, okay, on the day chart, and the month chart also has been holding on well at the EMA 200-day support. Well, most importantly, let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. And wow. If you look at this 4-hour chart, all right, there's a crossing of the EMA, and well, this is a very high probability pattern of recovering, and it could be just a buy up to above $200 this week. All right, so hold on to last week we were talking about the FNGU, and this week take a close look at Netflix, which is a component stock in the Nasdaq. All right, and that's for OTOP 102. Okay, and that's for the date 18 July year 2022, and we wish all of you prosperity, have good health, stay focused, and don't move away from us. Every Monday morning, 9 a.m. Singapore time, OTOP is right here waiting. And stay tuned. We shall be back next week.